Robert, how about at NASA? You know, are we going to be on Mars in 3 years? Are you going to be in the middle of that? What's going on here? Are we going to the moon? What's happening? Tell us about what
Well,
it's going to look like in 3 years in regards to your environment and what you can expect to have achieved.
it's interesting. We're not going to be with humans on Mars in 3 years, but the goal is to have, within a couple of years, 3 years actually, have humans back on the moon, the first woman and the first person of color on the moon. So we're working through the Artemis program very diligently to bring all the pieces together to make that happen. One facet that I find really interesting is the communications. Okay, you know, there's no communication set up on the moon right now, and so we're working on something called LunarNet, which would be essentially an internet communications tool surrounding the moon to give our missions the opportunity, both once they're on the moon and also the orbiting missions, the ability to have seamless communications to and from each other and all the way back to Earth. So that's one of the things that we're focusing on from a telecommunications perspective, is how do we enhance those communications techniques in space to make sure that they're resilient, reliable, and able to transmit vast amounts of data. So that's one of the things that's really on our plate for 2024. Artemis is actually NASA's overall top priority.
That's where you're really focusing a lot of attention. No doubt that you're focusing a lot of attention on just sort of the bottom layer infrastructure and ecosystem to enable all those things to happen.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yes. And you know, what's interesting is the challenges that we have from for space communications. You know, space is a very forbidding place. There's a lot of radiation. There's a lot of changes that are constantly going on, things that we don't think about, something called space weather. And how do we connect back to the Earth? We have transmission stations all around the Earth, and how can we take advantage of commercial solutions to better utilize the commercial products out there, rather than build it ourselves. You know, if we've got communications coming in from Norway, we have a tracking station in Norway, do we need to own all the equipment there, or can we utilize commercial sector to provide those services, tie us into cloud services, and be able to share the data much quicker, get it back to the sources where we need, et cetera. So you know, there's a lot of things going on all around the Earth to improve the way we communicate, the way we exchange data, and the way we are able to meet our mission.